Hello and welcome to the Breakthrough Clean University video series. My name is Gabriel Cabrera. I'm from Breakthrough Clean. Also with me today is Jerry Novo from Novo Arms in Miami, Florida.
How you doing?
How's it going, Jerry?
Fantastic.
In today's video, we will show you how to properly disassemble, maintain, and clean your pump action, and we'll briefly go over the semi-automatic series shotguns. The products we'll be using today are obviously Breakthrough Clean products. It's going to vary from our BT101 kits to our bigger Lock U kits. Before we go any further, we would like to remind you of the following firearm safety rules. They are: always point your firearm in a safe direction. Always make sure that your firearm is unloaded. Always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. All right, Jerry, let's start on the first one. In front of us we have what, a Remington 870, correct?
It's a Remington 870 model shotgun. It's a pump action shotgun. Like always, you always want to make sure the gun is empty. Visually and physically put your finger in there, make sure there's nothing in there. You want to look down, make sure the feed tube is also empty. If anything, you could cycle it once or twice, make sure there's nothing there.
How'd you do that?
Okay, on the Remington 870s, there's a release button underneath right in front of the trigger guard. On some Mossbergs and some other type shotguns, there's a release towards the back. If you're unsure, you could always check with your owner's manual and it will show you exactly where that is.
And just show you here as a point of reference.
This is a Mossberg 500 style shotgun. Right here is the release. Once again, you want to verify that it's empty. You would push this release button here on the bottom and you could cycle the action on it.
All right, okay. Let me put that one off to the side for you.
Okay. Like Gabe mentioned, we're going to start with an 870 Remington shotgun. The way you disassemble this shotgun, once again, you make sure it's empty. There's a nut right here in the front. You got to be careful because there's a captured spring in the magazine tube. So you want to kind of apply a little pressure to that while you're unscrewing it.
One thing I want to mention, this is an aftermarket extended feed tube cover. So what this will let you do is hold extra ammunition in your feed tube. Most of the factory ones stop right there, right by where Jerry's hand is, and you can obviously see the considerable difference. That's what you're going to see on the shelf in most sporting goods stores or gun stores, unless it's an upgraded model from the factory. Just
now, the factory will have their extended tube, but they all pretty much are the same. They're all going to screw in the front. Okay, so this assembly is going to be pretty much the same for all of them. Mm-hmm. You unscrew the tube. Be careful, you got to capture the spring, because even with the short tubes, you still have a spring that's about twice the length.
So it still has tension.
Yeah, so it's still under tension, and you don't want that spring flying out.
We talked about that during the 1911 video. Same rules apply, guys. If you guys aren't comfortable doing it, wear safety glasses. Do just like Jerry's doing it. Point it in a safe direction, right? You always want to point a firearm in a safe direction. Don't look down the barrel. Don't be one of those guys that puts it here and is doing this, and it's bad form, bad habit. Those are training scars. They're going to catch up with you later on, and they might come to hurt you. So keep that in mind.
You're going to build up bad muscle memory, and you're going to fight the way you train. And if you're training the wrong way, unfortunately, that's how accidents occur.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay. So once again, we're going to push the release. You're going to slide the action a little forward as you bring the barrel out.
Nice.
Okay, so now you have the barrel. You have a couple major groups here. You have the barrel. You have the actual shotgun with all the action still in it, and the tube for the spring. Now be careful, because in here you have a little follower. This one happens to be an aftermarket silver plated one, but they're usually orange in color, or I've seen some blue aluminum, and
there's some plastic ones. There's some plastic ones out there, high vis color. You can run with those. They run well. That one happens to be from Van Comp Systems. The safety on the shotgun is from Van Comp Systems as well.
Also located here.
So is the porting on this barrel. If you notice, this barrel is a little different. This honeycomb porting that you see right here is for recoil management. They also go in and they push the forcing cone forward, taking away some of the recoil as well. Great patterning shotgun, great products. Hit them up, vancompsystems.com, VANGSYSYSTEM.com. But let me show them from my angle. This is the tricky part. You can kind of walk us through, Jerry, on what I'm doing.
And now
here.
Gabe's going to show, since he has the contrasting shirt, so it's easier for you guys to see. There's two little tabs inside, which you have to push outwards while you're sliding up the forend.
Yeah, okay. And if you've gone up like that, you've already gone too far. Yeah. It's already hitting the point of no return, so you can't pull it forward. So if you've already done that,
release some tension.
Exactly. You hit the release and you bring it down just a little bit. Obviously, you want to bring the carrier out of the way, but you hit both and just kind of walk it up.
Okay, now you want to be careful, hold on to this part, because if you're not holding on to this part, it could fall off onto the floor. Okay, and that's the last place you want all your gun parts to be, is on the floor.
Yep. And we got a couple parts here, don't we?
Yep.
What are we looking at here? So this is obviously the bolt, and this is the carriage.
The bolt and the carrier for the bolt, and then you have these little rods that's what helps everything cycle.
Yeah, the action bars. So
yeah,
obviously there's a cutout right here in the action bars that if you kind of put it over there, it's one of those situations where you guys want to
fit right into there.
Exactly. You want to pay attention on how these parts are coming out of your gun, because you're going to be going in reverse order. Same thing with the 1911, if you guys remember. So make sure that you're not putting those backwards. You're going to have a hell of a time. And just rule of thumb for anything firearms related, if you're putting it back together and you start feeling tension or it's not moving smoothly,
don't get the hammer out.
Exactly. You're probably doing it wrong. So take a step back, rethink about how you're doing it, and then attempt it again. If not, you're really going to mess up your firearm. Always check. Never void your manufacturer's warranty. All right, you never know when you're going to need it. Obviously, this gun, the way it sits, it's modified with aftermarket mods. At this point, I've voided mine, but this is more of a competition type shotgun. Okay, so bear that in mind, and always go with a trained gunsmith on anything that you're going to do that's beyond the scope of normal OEM. There's a lot of folks out there that try and do stuff in their backyard. It's not necessarily the best way to do it, so buyer beware. As always, thank you for joining us. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can stay up to speed on all of our new Breakthrough Clean University videos. Also, check out our social media pages for up-to-the-minute news, product offers, and giveaways. Well, thanks, Jerry.
Thank you, Gabe. It's been great.
See you next time.